hello, welcome. It is Monday. My name is Rose Stein. Welcome to this group. If you are new, welcome if you've been here for a little while. We are now on week 6. We have for the last 6 weeks been talking about the 6 essential nutrients. Essential meaning that you need to get it from the outside world and put it into your body through eating and or drinking. So these are the nutrients that then become your body. Your body is regenerating itself at 50 million cells a second, regenerating and rejuvenating. And so what we put inside of our body breaks down to these little pieces that then becomes you. That's not saying you are what you eat, literally. Right? So if we want our cells to be so vibrant and so alive that we don't then have to think about our organs during the day, which is definitely something that I want. I don't want to think about my butt. I don't want to think about my liver. I don't want to think about my digestive system. I don't want to think about any of that stuff unless I choose to, unless I want to. I don't want it screaming at me. And what that means is I then need to give it fresh, alive, vibrant food so that it can grow and regenerate the way that it needs to and wants to. Now, that's really beautiful in theory, right? Talking about this kind of stuff and like what we should do and what's healthy and what's right is beautiful and wonderful. If what you're experiencing is you know the information, but you're finding it really hard to be consistent and to keep from the two sides of yourself from fighting, the part that really wants to do it and wants to stay consistent, the part that just wants to indulge and not be told what to do, if that fight is so much that you're not getting the results that you desire, then I strongly encourage you to leave me a note below so that I can get a hold of you, or just go straight to my DMs. Right? So how you do that is you just click on my name on the top right there and you send me a private message. And so we can talk about what it really takes to quiet that noise inside so that then we can do the things that we've been taught to do for our health. So I'm just going to do a little bit of a recap right here. Let's see. Okay, so the little bit of the recap is that the first week we were talking about the forgotten nutrient, which is water. Bottom line is it's great, drink it. Number 2 is the forbidden nutrient. Yes, good old fat. We all went fat phobic back in the 80s and 90s, and we all know what happened. That did not work out so well. So fat is good, eat it. Not a lot. Our body doesn't need a lot of anything except for really veggies, but we'll talk about that in a minute. Then we need vitamins. And of course, not just like a vitamin supplement, the vitamins that you get in real food. And of course, the 4th week, we talked about the body's regulators, because vitamins are the instigators. They make things happen the way that they're supposed to happen so that we feel good. Minerals are the body's regulators. They regulate different systems. And last week, we talked about the body's building blocks. Like, what do we really need to build this beautiful, healthy body and calm mind? And that is protein. So this is my weekly reminder to you as well, that what is healthy for your body is also good for weight loss. Right? So these 6 essential nutrients that we've been talking about are good for every cell, every system, every organ, everything that we want to be feeling really good in our bodies. And what is good for weight loss should be good for your whole body. Therefore, if anything that you are doing to lose weight, starving, pills, anything that isn't good for the whole system is not sustainable. And what happens is that if you don't take your whole system into consideration, you just end up inviting cravings and mood swings and hunger and binge eating and over-exercising and overeating and undereating and dis-ease and emotional upset. And then you never get off that dieting roller coaster. Now, the truth, ladies, is that you are more than just a fat cell to shrink. Right? Now, if you feel stuck in that cycle, I strongly encourage you to respond down below or send me a private message. Let me know that you're ready for some help. And let's set up a free consultation for you. You're worth it. All right. So until then, we're going to get into today's lesson, which is carbohydrates. I saved this one for last because this is the one that gets the most, I get the most frustrated when I hear people with really good intentions trying to do the right thing for their body and telling me that they're going low carb. It really works for some people, but it doesn't work long-term for most, right? Carbohydrates are your body's main source of energy. Now, listen to everything that I'm going to say because you need to get the complete picture. Again, when we're just focusing on a fat cell or we're just focusing on one organ or system, and we don't take the whole thing into consideration, we're missing the point and we end up in this crazy cycle. So generally, there are at least they're the least expensive form of energy as well, right? So if you compare the price of carbohydrates to say like protein or fat, healthy fats, typically it's going to be, you're going to get the biggest bang for your buck. Now, if you skip meals or limit carbohydrates, what happens is that your body may run short of energy and have to pool the proteins or fats, and then they can't do their specialized jobs. Again, over the last 6 weeks, we talked about the special jobs that fat has and the special jobs that protein has. They have other jobs other than providing energy. Can you live off of just protein and fat? Of course you can, but that means that then they can't do the other jobs that they need to do. And so really there's this incredible balance when we eat balance, and all of our cells and systems then get to rejuvenate and do their jobs properly. Now, of course, if you do eat more carbohydrates than you need, just like anything, if you eat more protein or more fat, or if you eat anything more than what your body needs, you're going to store those calories as fat. Your body is literally designed to do that, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's its job. So carbohydrates then are grouped into two categories. There are simple sugars. They're simple because they're made of like one unit of sugar. So like fructose or glucose or lactose. Complex sugars then are broken down into two subcategories: starches and dietary fiber. Now, of course, complex, meaning that there are a bunch of different sugars that are connected together. It's kind of like water, is like hydrogen and oxygen, right? And then it makes something new. So those are like two different compounds that are together to make something new. And that's really what starches are. They're different sugars that are then put together, that are connected together and bonded in such a way that then it creates something new: starches and dietary fiber. So starches are complex because they're made up of the different sugars together. During digestion, your body then breaks those sugars down, and it then gets the energy from them, is taken up in the body. Now, most foods that are high in complex carbohydrates are also good sources of fiber. Now, I know that you've been hearing a lot about fiber and how very important fiber is to the gut bacteria. So your health, your digestion, your immune system, your elimination, your energy, your vitality, your mood. Yes, your mood. Most of your serotonin that controls a lot about your mood is actually made in your gut. So making sure that the gut is happy then makes your mind and your brain and your life happy, and there's less fog and less frustration, less irritation. So dietary fiber is in plants. It's plant material. Yes, it's literally the fibrous material of plants. And no, taking fiber 1 as a supplement is not the same, right? The whole is greater than the sum of its parts. You can't just take one part out and think that it's going to work the way that you want it to work, because it's not then part of the whole. The complexity of whole food is something we don't totally understand. But what we do know is that when you take pieces out and you concentrate them and then you give them to people, it does not have the same effect as the whole fruit, the whole veggie on the whole system. Now, dietary fiber then can be broken down into subcategories: soluble fiber and insoluble fiber. Now, these are really good. We'll talk about them the next time, but basically, again, eat the whole food, the whole fresh, alive, vibrant food. Don't be breaking it down. Don't be juicing it. Don't be doing weird stuff to it. This bulk is what produces regular bowel movements: whole grains, nuts, fruits, seeds, legumes, the skins of stuff. Now, it helps your digestive tract work properly and may help protect your body from heart disease, cancer, and a whole host of other things. Now, some food sources of carbohydrates, again, are going to be fresh, alive, vibrant foods, literally everything that grows. Do you need to go totally plant-based? No. Remember, this is one of the 6 essential nutrients. Now, what's really cool is that carbohydrates tend to travel with all of the other nutrients as well. That's what's so great about real food. They also have vitamins, they also have minerals, they also have water, they also have protein, and they also have fat typically. So these foods then carry other important nutrients, and it's really important that we get the whole picture here. Okay, so carbohydrates are one of my favorites, one of the most misunderstood, because yes, if you're eating processed carbohydrates like pasta and bread and cake and cookies and all of that kind of stuff that has been extracted, has been concentrated, has been made into something else, has added sugars in it, other chemicals. Yes, you've denatured it. It is not the same, right? Fruits and veggies and nuts and seeds and legumes are not the same carbohydrates as cake and donuts and pizza. Okay, not the same. They need a new word. So we like to call the ones that are fresh, alive, and vibrant just that, fresh, alive, and vibrant. And the other stuff is dead and devitalized, right? The nutritional vibrancy of that has been destroyed in the processing and the high stuff that they do with all of that. All right, ladies, I love you so much. I'm going to send this wonderful information to you as well in an email on Wednesday. So look for that so that you can go through and review and make sure that you really understand what it is that your body needs for its ultimate vitality. All right, I love you so much. I hope that you are doing well, and we will talk to you soon.